All right, and here I am with the one and only Jade Raymond, the managing director of Ubisoft Toronto. Jade, it's great to see you again back at E3.
Thank you for having me.
Max was just here a little earlier showing off Blacklist, and that is the first game that's coming out of your brand new studio in Toronto, right?
It's really exciting for all of us. And I get to be here in Toronto. I get to be here.
Feels like Toronto. Feels like home. Where's the CN Tower behind us, right? Yeah. No, it's game looks incredible. That's coming out in August. And tell me about your studio, because everyone knows you obviously from Assassin's Creed and your work at Ubisoft in Montreal. And then you were asked by Eve, who's coming here a little bit later, to start a new studio in Toronto to build Splinter Cell, a next generation of Splinter Cell. What was your goal? I mean, not often people get to start new studios. What did you want to make different about Ubisoft Toronto? What did you want Ubisoft Toronto to stand for?
Well, a whole bunch of things, but mostly innovation. I think we want to be a studio that's doing things a different way, bringing something new to the industry. I think with Splinter Cell Blacklist, we did create a new type of multiplayer experience. We brought a new type of Spies vs. Mercs that we're really excited to show off, which already is quite a unique mode. Yep. And we want to continue with that innovation and bring something new every time we deliver a product.
Yeah, I got to play it back at the Judges' Day, and it's cool. First and third person playing with each other. I mean, it's a really it's a different style of multiplayer that people haven't seen before.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what the game industry needs. New, fresh experiences, especially online.
Now, you and I have talked before about this, I think a couple years ago at DICE, about the idea of games spreading across all these different platforms, and we're seeing that with certainly some of the Ubisoft titles like Watch Dogs, the tablet version and things like that. How important is that for your studio moving forward, about thinking about games not just as a sort of a linear experience on a console, but thinking about what you're going to do on the iPad or on the iPhone and things like that?
Well, we have a companion game actually that's out right now. Yep. You can download it, and I think that Splinter Cell's a really good franchise to build that kind of experience. I mean, if you think of Grimm and the Intel and having that type of top-down view, we have Sam in this episode with his OPSAT, which is kind of the way he can control a lot of gadgets and his drone. So that's a good scenario to release different kind of gameplay. It's something I'm excited about, and I think you have to think of moving forward.
Now, you went to a bunch of the press conferences yesterday. You saw everything. How do you feel about the industry and Sony and Microsoft, everything, as a game developer? What's this week been like for you so far?
Well, having a new generation of games is always super exciting. Of consoles, it pushes you to think of things in a new way. I mean, I think we always try and innovate, but when you have a new console and new tech, it really forces you as a game developer to take a step back and think, what new can I bring to players? How can we change gameplay and give people a fresh experience? So I'm pretty excited about all the new stuff.
Now, Ubisoft Toronto, you're doing Splinter Cell Blacklist, and I understand you guys are also doing, you have like another team, you're doing a new IP, or what can you tell us about sort of your vision for where the studio goes post-Blacklist?
I can't talk about too much. What I can say is we started ramping up on 2 other projects, and we will be working on new IP. We've talked about that since the start, and it's in line with our objective to be innovative, so we're going to be able to hopefully talk about that in a little while.
That's awesome. So you've got a couple other projects already sort of percolating inside of the halls of Ubisoft Toronto.
Yes, we do.
Are you guys going to own sort of Splinter Cell moving forward? Is it sort of like, is that now Toronto's going to kind of keep building that franchise?
Yes. So we're kind of thinking of the long-term plans for Splinter Cell as well, and not only talking to the movie guys, because we're talking about the movie.
Tom Hardy starring it. I think they just announced a producer yesterday or something for the movie, right?
So that's exciting stuff, talking obviously about games because it is a game franchise, and books and comics. We have the Echoes comic coming out too, which is really awesome. So I think, there's a lot of exciting stuff in that franchise.
Well, we can't wait to see what comes out of Ubisoft Toronto. Blacklist will be out in August. The first game from Ubisoft Toronto, and I'm sure we'll be hearing much more from you guys in the months and years ahead.